So hi everybody and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 73 and in this video we continue with our game and we stopped here in warm tentacles, and in my last video I showed you how we spawn the Kraken, and in this video we want to calculate the spawn point because the spawn point is a little bit difficult. And let's get into this. In my last video I showed you these are the move steps, and after a certain amount of move steps we want spawn it. In this video I will use instead a key binding so that I can test it faster. So let's get the key binding. We know how to get a key binding right here, keyboard. Important is this will only work when you are in a character which has here this movement component in it, I think. And if you write then keyboard or get controllers is also possible, I think, and then right keyboard, then you can select anything here. It's not important because you can change, get the key very easy when you go click on it, go to details panel, and here is the symbol, keyboard symbol, click on it, and now you can just type any key on your keyboard. It will automatically go there. For example, I press key, you can see it changed to key to the letter key. All right, with that said, we can start. And how I want as calculate the spawn point is with a line trace, and let me show you what a line trace is when I start here the game.
Let's see if I find
and
this card.
Here I press F1 just so we can see, and when I press here, for example, the O key, I have already see, you can see here a line, and this is a line trace. And actually you can see not only a line, there is also a dot, and this dot is a hit location, so where the line hit something, and this location we will use to spawn our tentacle. Yes, that's it. So let's get into this. And here, how we make this. First of all, we need this line trace. You drag here out, right here, line trace. And you can see there are different kind of line traces. So I use here this line trace by channel, and then you set up here some settings. What we need here in this line trace is the start position, this end position, visibility, just for our, this is, I think this is standard, but what for debugging, for our testing, we need here set this draw debug type to persistent. Just for testing later in game, you change this back to none. For testing, we need it. And then you can drop here down, and I think all other things can stay. So importance are these two numbers here, because here you start the line and here the end the line, and in between it should hit the surface of our landscape, so we find the point where I want to spawn the tentacles, right? So, and how we make this is very easy. We have to think a little bit first. Let me show you what I mean. Here is my character, so here I am walking, and let's say I'm the character now, and here I want that the tentacle spawns around 10 meters in front, and that's all the information I need, because the other point will I will get the point from the line trace, but the distance from my to the trace I have to write in it here. And yeah, how we can make this. So again, I'm here in the Core Engine character because I'm the character. I'm walking here, so I can just get my location. Let's get my location here first. Get actor location, and you can see I'm the player character, so I can keep self here. I'm the player character, that's okay. And now I need the distance. Let's say 10 meters. 10 meters in Unreal Engine are 1000 centimeters. So I have here at 1000 centimeters, let's say in X direction. You can specify the direction if you want more. I don't want to specify it to exactly, just X, and it's it. And how we make this, you write here add, and when you see here, when you write add, you can see here a lot of adds. We need the add in math, or it says here operator add. So let's write plus, for example. When you write plus, it jumps to add, but operator, and that we need. This means just multiplying two vectors. Vectors, you can see, is this yellow one, and vector means just you have 3 values instead of 1 value. Normally, if you walk with no, one value, it's an integer, and vector means just you work with the free coordinates, right? The coordinates is here. You can see my character can move here to this coordinates in x direction, in y direction, and z direction, and this is represented here as the coordinates. And I want change now, right? I said here's my character, and I want that the tentacle spawns here in 10 meters in front. That means I can choose x or y. You can choose what you want. I choose x, and I say, okay, 10 meters in Unreal is 1000 centimeters, so I have to write 1000, and this is almost my start point. I can connect this, but the problem is this is from my character. I want that this line trace starts not exactly where my character is, perhaps a little bit above. Who knows? Let's say if I stay here, and if I would start here the line trace, then here is a hill. It would be below the hill, starting below the hill, and I don't want this, so I need here a space a little bit. So I have to add here in the Z direction a little bit space too. Let's say also 1000, depends on the hill. If you have a big hill, make it bigger. In my case, I will not have a big hill, so 1000 is okay. Or let's make it just in case bigger. Let's write here 3000 just in case. And this is the height, so where the line trace will start, right? So from 3000 above, and then it will goes down. So this is good. This is our start point. We can compile save, but we can't test it because we need the endpoint as well. And the endpoint is a little bit more special because I need now this line who starts from my position, which I have specified here from the start point. This is just a location here, and now I need a line, right? So a line which goes down, and you make this with this special node here. It's called here get actor up vector. Get actor up vector. Let's write here get actor up vector, and you can read here a little bit the tooltip. This is again from your character. And when you read here the tooltip, it says it is just the character syntax, so your up vector from you. And the length is currently 1. So it says here length is 1 right now, right? 1.0. And we have just to make the length first bigger. How we make this? We just multiply the length with anything. So write multiply. No, where's this? Multiply. There is multiply. Again, multiply means just multiply. There is nothing so difficult. And like I said, we need to multiply this value. This is just one value, but this vector is not the right format. So I click here, right click on this circle here, and then on the bottom it says convert pin. You can convert it to a one number because I want just make now this length here, this one here, in a length, right? So let's make it 1000 or 2000. Better is longer. Let's say here 10,000. The 10,000 is now the length of this line here, which goes down. If you make 100,000, then it goes more down. All right. So and then you say, okay, this one here you can't connect here. Why not? Because this one is just a length, but we have to specify where to start this length. And the start point is here, and this one will be our endpoint. So we have to do something, and you can see I already did this. We say, okay, I take here the start point. Here I have calculate this one. This is from here. And then I say, I subtract this length here, because that's the line which goes down. So I subtract this. You can write here minus is subtraction, and it must be again this operator subtraction. And then you say I subtract exactly the this length here down. All right. And when you make something like that, and then you connect this one here, and now you can test this. Right, so think about this. This is just what I created here. It looks very complicated at start, but actually it's a very simple thing. It is just creating, defining a point here on top, creating a line to the bottom, and that's it. That's all this about. And then we can test this. Let's test this. Let's press K. So what we did so far is when I play from here, I press F1 so that I see this one, and let's see where it's spawning. I press now key, And this is that what we created. And you can see this is my start point on top. That was this. Let me show you this again here. That was this part here. I start here on top. And then I create a line. This here, this line is this. Not only the red line, it is actually the whole line, the red line and the green line combined. This is the line here, which I specified here. And to calculate the endpoint, this node here, so with this one, it's actually this what you see in below at the bottom here. This is the endpoint, right? And so you see it's not very complicated. Important for us is this, where is that? This hit point here, because now I have a hit point. And you can see again when I go in play mode again, F8, here it's around 10 meters in front of me, and I want spawn exactly this tentacles there. All right, with that said, we are almost finished, and now what we have to do is just spawn it. And the spawn node I already made in my last video, so let's copy this one and paste this one here, and let's connect this one. And we have a problem. I showed you not this one, the second part. The line trace out, so I showed you only what we need from the inside, what we need from the outside. What is the outside? Again, the outside is this.
Let's see if
let's
I
press
find this
key again.
cultist.
It is this point here. I want this point here, this hit location. That's why I made the whole trace, right? All right, let's do this. So, which means we have here a out part. This is the in part, and now we want something from this function. Give me this hit result, and you can drag this out and use this break hit result, and then press here this down. This is one way, and then you can use this one. I use sometimes the other way, which is just right click here and then split click, and you can see then it's in this one here, so I don't have here a separate part. And here we are interested, like I said, on the location where it hits, and this one has here different options, but we need only the location. And you can see here is one with one on out hit location, this is, or out hit impact point. These are similar. You can read a little bit in the documentation what you need. In my case, this one is okay. So this is the location which I want, and here I want spawned my what? Yes, I want spawned the Kraken, and let's test it. Let's test it if this works. Play from here.
Let's see if I
Again,
find
I
this
press this
cultist.
mode. Of course, you can also this, and let's press key for testing. And yes, it is spawning. So that's the first part. But here you see a mistake. The mistake is it is spawning, but first of all, we realized the middle of the Kraken here is the place where it spawns. That's very important, because I want change now the position here. I say, hey, I want only later that you are not visible. First of all, you should be spawned below the earth, because you are not spawning here at this point here. All right, how we do this? We change the position after we calculate this one here, before we spawn it. So before I spawn it, I need change the position, which means this point here, I take this calculated point from this trace line. This is this outline, and then I calculate. And the question is, hey, wait a minute, how the hell I calculate this one? Let me show you this one fast again. When I have here, I press K here, and you calculate this actually a little bit with knowledge, so I know it. For example, first of all, I know the character which I'm here is around 2 meters. 2 meters are 200 Unreal units, so 200. And you can see if I write here minus 200, because this one is also 200, also the character height, right? You can see I'm in the character height, so you can write minus 200. This will be only till here, but I want it not only till here, I want that all the tentacles goes as well away. So what I have to do is 200 is here, this one is around also the double, 400, so minus 600. You can test this a little bit around, and in my case I know it already. I have tested it. It is indeed 600. What you can do here is, again, you drag, instead of connecting directly in here this out hit location and then write again at. You can or subtract what you like. I write at plus, and then instead of writing here plus, you can write here minus, but of course you can also use minus directly, I think, but I write here plus minus 600, and plus minus becomes minus. This is just normal. I hope you know this from school. If not, just write here subtract. I think this will work too. And just write subtract, and then just write here positive 600. Then if you are using subtract symbol, then positive. If you are using the plus sign, then negative. So but this should work. Let's test this first. Play from here.
Let's see if
F1, so I see this. I press key, and you can see I'm indeed below the earth now because I calculated here this body here. I said below it was starting here. I hide it. That is our first step. The next step is, which I show you in the next video, how you can now move the body here up. And actually there are two ways. One way is you make that what I show you in the next video, which is just a timer, and then you move the body just up. Or the second way is perhaps the better way. I don't know if it's really the better way. You can create here an animation, and this animation part I want to just show you here what I mean with this animation. I will not create it. Perhaps I will create it in one of the other videos, but not at the first try. The first try I will calculate this one in the next video, but I show you the animation because I already created one for test purposes. It's also very nice. I go not in detail hint. So first of all, you go to your Kraken, or in my case, the one who got the animation. You go here, you click the skeleton mesh, and you find your animation asset here. So then you click this one, and then you open up your animations. This is the idle animation, which is just running. Double click on it. This is not running because I stopped it, but when I start here, this is the idle animation which is running. And I said, hey, it would be cool when this one, if I found here an animation which is going in front. But right now I have only a walk animation which is walking in front, which is too short when I double click on it. Oops, not this one. This one here. You can see this one is too short. I need one which is longer. Then what you can do is, let me show you. I go back to idle, and I think this is not the recommended way, but this is just a trick which you can use, which I will use to make it, but you can also use it the right way with the rigging and all this kind of stuff, but I make it now the fast way. You go here to the cells, you click on this one, or on one bone, because you can see right now when I have no bones here, I can't click here anything. So in here in the screen, I can't click anything. That's why you go here to the skeleton tree, click the Kraken. Now I can move it. And why is this so powerful, this move here? And if you have moved it and want to reset it, by the way, here on the right side, you can click on this one to reset it. And this is so powerful because now I can record here an animation, which is here on the left side down. Here is a red button. All the time when you see a red button, it means record most time. When you click on it, this one will record what is here, and if I'm moving it, then it will record also this moving, and it will create here one of these animation files, which I can use for my idle. Let's do this. So, the only downside is, first of all, you have a very good hand. The second is the time here. You have calculated before. You can see later how you set this up here, frames and all this is not accurate. But yeah, this is also just for a fast prototyping normally. But it can work also for other things. So let's reset this one. Let's start here. Here you choose just where you want to save it. I call it just test for fast test one. And then here you can set the FPS. FPS means, if it says here FPS 30, it means just in 1 second it will make 30 frames per second. So this is very important to later if you want to calculate something. But in my case, you can change this, of course. There are different kinds, but 30 is all time a good number, I think. And then you say okay. And this one is starting now recording. You can see it here. you can stop it when you click here on the green button. So now I want animated. This one is recording, right? But this one I don't need because this is the idle, which I already have. And now I click here, I grab this one here. Like I said, I need first select this one. So you can see it's gone again. That was not good. If it's gone again, go here to the skeleton tree, select one. And now I grab this and now I make this move, which I need. And here, like I said, you need a very good hand, not and a very good mouse where you can test it, but you can test it sometimes, right? So you can make this. And by the way, you can also calculate the distance here beforehand. Like I said, my Kraken is below 600, right? I showed you this one. Here on the right side, it's in this case the Y, so you have to move the 600, around 600. Must be not perfect because we can change later also this the spawn point, so around 600, a little bit more, it's better. So, and then you make here some tries, because right now I tried and talked and none of them was good. So let's try a little bit more. Okay, you understand. Now I have tried and now you can stop it. And this one is created. Now you can click on it and you can see I created here, but you can see anything. It's very long. I talked loud a lot and you can see it's not all that what I want. I need only one animation and you can cut this one, right? So for example, let's say this one is the one which I want. I don't know if this is the real one, but let's say this one is the one I want. And all the other things here I don't want. What you do is find the right place, the start point. Here, let's say here's the start point. And when you have the start point, let's say it's here, you right click on this thing here where you pointed the start point, right click on it, and then you can here choose remove from 0 to till this frame or from this frame to the end. At this point it's my start point, so I remove all the other things which I need in front. All right, bye. And now it's shorter, but I need not all the other parts here as well, so I need only the end point. And now I find the end point. Let's say it's here, around here anywhere. Yeah, it's coming here and it's end here. And again, right click and now remove all from this point, which is 61, all the other things here. And now I have the end result and I can use this. This is the animation which I made fast just for test purposes most time, and perhaps I need it sometimes it works, sometimes not. But you have created here a new animation actually in this window that I like it. It's very cool for prototyping and all kinds of stuff. And this one I can use. How I can use this. So here is the animation, right? Instead of using the idle animation, I right now test one. And now you can see it is going that. The problem here is, you will see this too. You can already see it. This one is looping. We have now, it goes up and then we have change here this animation, and that's why I don't want, because if you want to make it right now, you have to create the other animations. So let's say after this animation, you have stop it and then use the idle. So you have to create this blueprint, animation blueprint, so it can, all this kind of stuff. And that's why I wanted to skip it, but I wanted to show you it. Perhaps we need it in future to make this right thing. But let's see how this works. Let's test this part. Here is my thing. I press K again. That was fast and now it works. But of course the animation here, like I said, we have to switch it after it reaches endpoint so that it's staying here. So with that said, this one here I will not use, at least not at start, till I see perhaps I need it in future, but not it. What I want to use instead is I go back here to idle. I go back to idle. Where is that? Let's write idle here. I find it faster. Then this one here, and I make a timer where I move it where I want it. So let me show you this too before I end it. In my case, if I press O, then let's see how this looks like. So here again,
let's see if I find this cultist.
I press O. You can see this one is using a timer. It is just moving here, this body just up, and then after the timer stops, it stops here and it's still idling because I use only one animation here. And that's okay for my purpose, because if you want more animation, then you will probably make like I said, animation blueprints. In this case, I'll use only this one. And in the next video, I will show you how we make this, because we have to implement a timer, and you can see this is the next calculation, how we move it up. All right, with that said, that's for this video. I hope it helped you a little bit. And in the next video, we will continue. And like all time, if you have any questions, any comments, write in the comment section. And yeah, with that said, try it also. Have fun and bye.